We're living in a town in Nebraska called O'Neill, and I was singing for a funeral, a big funeral, and it was one of the important families in the county. Mm-hmm. And I had left Tom, who was just a little more than, he wasn't 3, at my friend's home. She was babysitting, and since this woman was quite well known and important, there were a lot of the Methodist bishop was there. He was praying, and when he prayed for a long time, and all of a sudden I had a feeling, and I sat up and I looked, and there was a little boy coming down the middle aisle, all by himself. It was in the wintertime, his snowsuit was dirty, and he'd been crying, and he was coming down that aisle. Just like that, very quietly. He went up front, and there was a casket there on it, and he went all around the casket. And then he walked up the 3 steps where the man, this Methodist bishop, was praying, and he got right underneath the man. And he looked up, and just then the man looked down. Well, he stopped praying. And then he saw me. I was sitting over on the other side, and he came over. Everybody is very, very quiet, and he said to me, "I fell off my bike, and I hit my head, and I hurt. Kiss it."
This was in the middle of the funeral ceremony?
I kissed it.
Oh,
and
of course.
He stopped crying, sat down, and I had to get up and sing again. So he just got down and sat on one of the 3 steps until I finished, and came back and sat on my lap. And afterward, I said to the daughter of this woman, I said, "I'm sorry that my son came in and made a spectacle of himself." She said, "Oh no." She said, "I'm glad he came in. My mother would have been delighted. She loved little boys." And she said, "I almost expected her to sit up and say, 'Well, hello there. How nice of you to come.'"
Oh,
and
cute.
So everything ended well, but just before the funeral was over, the babysitter came in, and I could see she was scared to death. But then when she saw Tom up there, because he had to cross an international highway,
oh my
he
goodness!
Crossed them all by himself.
And where was the babysitter while this was going on?
He had been out on his bicycle in front of her house, riding up and down. When he fell off, he fell off his bike. And to this day, in the town of O'Neill, he's still known as the kid who came to the funeral.
Oh, that's a cute story.
And another